Welcome back to more Ferris Sports Update. Time now to check in with Bulldog Volleyball, joined by head coach Tia Brandel-Wilhelm. Coach, thanks so much for being on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Well, Coach, congratulations on making another NCAA tournament. I'm sure that after that selection show, you were pretty pleased with your team and proud of their performance throughout the season.
Definitely happy with our performance throughout the year. I think, selection show was fun. It's different when you know you're going to get a bid and things like that because we'd won the tournament. But it was just fun to be a part of that and to share that with other people on campus. It was really cool.
Overall, another really strong season for you and your tenure here as a Bulldog. What did you see from this team in terms of development as the year went on?
This team has grown a lot in some unusual ways. Usually the growth is really evident on the court. This team really had to grow through some leadership levels and had to grow kind of as a team and defining who they were. And, we had quite a few players back from last year, but it took us a long time to really identify, this is who we are as a team and what we're all about. So that it was a frustrating but really fun process to go through the season.
You had a couple players who were near the top of the GLIAC standings in terms of stats. Livia Henneman-Delape with an outstanding year. Kaylee Mott, another great year as a setter. Yeah. What does that do for your team in terms of inspiring confidence going into the NCAA tournament?
I think those awards are nice, but, we're in the gym every day just trying to get a little bit better. And that's really where where your confidence comes from, is watching your teammates get better every day, watching them go through, the hard drills in practice and going through the really, hard moments and getting better in how they handle those moments.
Defensively, your team was very solid as well. Chelsea Freeman had a very good defensive season. Talk about her play and also just your whole front line and what they were able to do in terms of slowing down opposing attacks.
Yeah, I think our net play is a little better than it was last year for sure. Definitely not where we want it to be, but I'm happy with. I think our middles have worked really hard to be impactful and to make sure that they're getting themselves in the right position with different hitters.
A couple losses towards the end of your season, but then you bounce back in a big way with a couple really nice wins in GLIAC play to close out your season, and of course that paved the way for another GLIAC tournament championship. How important were those two wins at the end of the regular season to set yourself up for success going into postseason play?
I think important were the losses that we took and how much those bothered us, and how much they showed us about ourselves, and they kind of held the mirror up to who we were, and we didn't really like it. And I think we changed and became a little bit different team after that.
How proud of you were your team for the response that they showed to those losses?
Yeah, I think responding is something we talk about all the time in our team. We don't want to react to things, we want to respond. And I feel like, it took some work and effort, but I was happy with our overall, in the end response for sure. We came back and, avenged a couple losses, and that was really, a cool thing to be able to do.
This team, of course, no stranger to extremely hard work and perseverance as they had to go down to Grand Valley this year in the tournament championship and pull out a win over the Lakers. That had to be just a really rewarding feeling for you and then, of course, for your players as well.
Yeah, I think for us, like, being on the road or being at home, we love being at home. We love our new gym. We love our fans. But being on the road is cool too, and we're just really happy to play volleyball and play together as a team, and and we're happy when there are fans cheering, whether they're cheering for us or against us. It just doesn't, we like the energy in the gym, we like the excitement. So, playing on on someone else's court, we've won the tournament on other people's court before, and it wasn't even a thought like, that this is what we're trying to do. We just tried to play each game and do the best we could in that game.
You played in a couple tournaments early on this season. To start the season, the Bulldog Invitational here in Big Rapids. How does seeing those types of teams that are really good early on in the year prepare you for future success and then obviously for the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, for sure. I think early in the year we played a couple really good teams, and took a couple losses those first 2 weekends. We had 3 different losses, and they were out of top 25 teams. But I think for us it was a matter at that point of, this is where we want to be, but we're not there yet. And for us, we needed to, work on some things to be able to play at that level. And hopefully we've done that through the year, but we still got to see where we are.
Your first draw in the NCAA tournament being Hillsdale, a team that's very good, but you get the 2 seed, and you're playing in a region where you're pretty familiar with a lot of the teams that are in that region.
You're right. Like the teams that are in the regional tournament, I mean, we have such a strong region, such a deep region. You know, there's 10, 12 teams that are just really good every year, and you know, we keep playing those same teams every year in the region. You know, Hillsdale's a great team. I don't think the seeding, you know, does justice at all to any of the teams, you know, in our region. I think anybody could win it, and every game will be a really cool battle.
What specifically have you seen from Hillsdale this season that you really like about their team, and that's going to present your squad with some challenges?
Well, they have a pretty, they run a different style of offense, so they run a little bit fast, and so that's a little bit different than what we see. And I think for Hillsdale, they're just, you know, they're playing their best volleyball right now, and they took a couple losses in their season that they didn't really like, and they, you know, worked hard to get in position to avenge those losses, and they ended up, you know, finishing the season winning their regular season and their conference tournament. So, and in the middle of the year, they were like third in their conference. So, you know, they've gotten a lot better, and they're playing really good volleyball right now, and they're really confident. So I think it'll be a battle, and, you know, we'll just have to see how it goes. You've
got a veteran-led squad this year going into the NCAA tournament. How much does that impact your preparation for these high-leverage games where it's one and done?
I think sometimes they can look back on previous experiences and know pitfalls to look out for. But, you know, this team has been young their whole lives, right? Like they haven't had a lot of older players. You know, they've been kind of the kid, and so they've had to learn a lot on their own. And I think they've done a really nice job with that, and they've worked really hard to become, you know, leaders that can really impact the whole team.
As we wrap up here, Coach, what are some unique challenges that you've seen from your coaching experience and your long tenure with Ferris State as you go from coaching regular season games against GLIAC opponents to coaching NCAA postseason games?
Yeah, well, we're really lucky because the teams in our region, like, we know each other. We play each other during the year and in the spring, so there's still a level of familiarity that you'd have in the GLIAC. But it's also, you know, postseason for some people, it's, you know, it's do or die time, and for some people it's shine and rise time. So we just got to see which it'll be for us.
Coach, thanks so much for the time, and good luck in the NCAA tournament.
Thank you so much.
That's going to do it for Ferris Sports Update. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll catch you next week for more Ferris Sports Update.